Okay, guys, so we already talked about what numbers are greater than and what numbers are less than. So I'm going to introduce a brand new symbol to you. And it looks like this. Sometimes it looks like this. Those are two very similar signs, okay? When you see those signs, they mean something. They mean one number is greater than the other, and they mean one number is less than the other. Has anybody ever seen this type of symbol before? Raise your hand if you have. Okay, good. You know what I think of when I see this? I think of what reminds me of an alligator mouth. Doesn't it kind of look like an alligator mouth? Look, I mean, you got like eyes right here, kind of like a nose. And then, you think about it for a second, you're like, wait a minute, I think those are even some teeth, right? Kind of looks like an alligator mouth. Now, that's easy to remember because the alligator mouth always likes to eat the bigger number. So when you guys see a number that's in front of that sign or behind that sign, the alligator is always going to eat the bigger number. So we'll check this out. For example, let's say I had the number 6 and the number 8. Which number would the alligator mouth want to eat between the 6 and the 8? Think about that for 1 second. Okay, good. So you had a chance to think about it. The 6 or the 8? Well, the alligator mouth always wants to eat the bigger number. So actually, when I go to draw the alligator mouth, it's going to face the 8, just like that. Okay? Let's think about another set of numbers. Let's do this. Let's do the number 10 and the number 2. Which number is the alligator mouth going to eat this time? Think about that real quick. Okay, hopefully you had a chance to think about that. The alligator mouth is always going to eat the bigger number. So, of course, the bigger number is what, class? 10 or 2? 10. So the bigger number is 10, so the alligator mouth is going to eat the 10. Now, that might look different than over here. Do you see how the alligator mouth is facing a different direction there? See that? That symbol in the middle is called the greater than or less than sign. So if you ever hear me say, put a greater than or less than sign in there, you're going to know what I'm talking about. Now, if I look at it right here, that's called the less than sign. The reason why it's called the less than sign is because this number right here is less than this number right here. So that's called a less than sign. This one is called a greater than sign because this number right here is greater than this number over here. So this is called a greater than sign. Greater than sign. Okay? Now, what do you think happens, though, if I have numbers like this? Uh-oh. Which number is bigger here? Take a second and think about that. So hopefully you had a chance to think about that for a second. Now, I want to make something very clear to you. We're not talking about the bigger number as in like the taller number. We're talking about the number like this. This one's got 4, so it's got 4 dots. And this one has 4 dots. So it's not necessarily because Mr. Merrill made this particular 4 longer. No, that's not the case. When it comes down to it, there's 4 dots here and there's 4 dots here. So tell me, which one do you think is greater? Okay, so here in class we were just talking about it, and we noticed that both of those numbers were actually the same. And then someone even used a very important vocabulary term. They used this term, equal. Those two are equal. It's kind of like in an equation when you see that the equal sign right there. This symbol right here tells you that the left side, this 4 right here, whoops, sorry about that. This 4 right here is the same as this 4 over here. Now those could be any numbers. All this is telling you is that the numbers on both the left and the right are the same. They're equal. It's kind of like when we say something like this. 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. Because really, this is just like saying 6, and this is saying 6. They're both equal. Okay? So let's take some time to go back and watch this one more time and practice this. And if you need more help, you can make sure you ask me tomorrow. Thank you.